best job in the world. I work with a team of incredible professionals, and every day we serve amazing family and children. I'm a psychologist. I work with children and individuals with a wide range of special needs, and in particular, I work with children with autism. This was never supposed to be the focus of my business or my career. After 10 years of working in public mental health, I left my job and started a private practice. A couple of years in, things were going really well. The services that we offered were well within my skill set, and I went to work every day feeling really comfortable. I never went looking for a career in autism. It just sort of found me. It found me one day in June 2007 when I mistakenly allowed a 4-year-old boy named Calum to join a social skills group that I was running for kids with ADHD. I hadn't followed my own clinical screening rules, and I had said yes to Calum's mother when she insistently said that he would be perfect for the group. When he arrived that morning, I knew that I had made a mistake. He didn't look at me when I greeted him. He didn't respond when I called his name. When he entered the room with the other children, he started dumping toys everywhere. He was squealing, flicking the light switch on and on. And when I thought things couldn't get any worse, he laid down on the carpet and started smelling the other children's socks. Yeah. My heart sunk, and I knew that I was in way over my head. When the group ended, I spoke to his mother and I apologized. I explained that I had made a terrible mistake. I explained that I did not have the skills that he needed and that there was nothing I could do. She doesn't take no for an answer very well. She's very insistent. She convinced me that I could help, and she asked me to please try. What happened over the next 8 years since the day that I met Calum has been a remarkable journey for me, both personally and professionally. When I first started working with him, I'm embarrassed to admit, but I had to watch YouTube videos to try to figure out what I was doing. I looked around our community and there was very little that I could find. There were no assessment services, the intervention was sporadic and not particularly specialized, and it was really hard to connect to inclusion or advocacy or parent support. Fast forward 8 years and I went overseas and got specialized diagnostic expertise. I hired a team of incredible professionals who did know exactly what they were doing. We expanded the square footage of our space, and a couple of years ago, we embarked on an 18-month certification process, which means we are the first clinic in the Caribbean that offers ESDM services for young children at risk for autism. And while I'm incredibly proud of all of that, it's not what really matters to me. Now, don't get me wrong, the work that professionals do is really important, and we can make a profound difference in the lives of the children that we serve. But what does it really matter if there's no community for those children? As a professional, I can improve the functioning of an individual child. But if there's no place for them, then what have I really accomplished? In my personal life, I am a football mom extraordinaire. I live with 3 crazy, football-loving men. Our house is full of constant conversation about football. It is the topic of almost every conversation. It is the focus of every weekend's activities. I can't think of a family vacation in the last 10 years that didn't somehow end with a football game. And right now, there are boxes of football jerseys taking up half of my living room. We're part of a community football program that for many, many years has run a junior program on Saturday mornings. It's a great program that teaches young children the fundamentals of football through fun. Our teenage players serve as coaches to the young ones, and my job really is to just help with registration, hand out uniforms, and drink coffee on the sidelines. What had always been a very relaxing and enjoyable Saturday morning routine for me a few years ago started to feel increasingly disappointing. As I looked around the field every Saturday at the 20, 30, sometimes as many as 50 kids on the pitch, I didn't see any of the kids that I spent my work week with. And I had to ask myself, where were they? Why weren't they here? What was stopping them? What were we not doing to create a place for them? I had an idea, and I talked it over with my staff. I discussed it with my husband, and together we went to the football club to talk about it. And in 2013, we launched Football for All, a Saturday morning football program for kids with autism. We had no idea what we were doing. My staff amazingly agreed to volunteer their Saturday mornings. We took the teenage coaches that served as youth coaches and we trained them in some of the basics of autism. The football club agreed to volunteer the field space and the equipment. And not really knowing what was going to happen, we asked the parents to trust us and bring their kids to the field. It was chaotic. It was confusing. There was tears. There was running. But what emerged out of this football program was something so beautifully ordinary. It was just kids having football on a Saturday morning. It wasn't special. In fact, it wasn't about special needs at all. It was less about special needs, and it was more about kids simply being kids on a Saturday morning. Now, the outcome has been impressive. There's Calum. The kids that have attended have improved their social awareness, they've improved their imitation skills, they've gotten really good at kicking a football. They come to the field on Saturday mornings looking for their friends and calling them by name. The junior coaches that have served in the program have grown immensely in patience and compassion, and those are two characteristics not often associated with teenage boys. I'm the mother of two of them, and I can tell you personally that because of working with kids like Calum, they are going to be better men in our community. The parents have grown in a connection with one another. Autism can often be isolating. It can disconnect families from their friends, from activities that are going on, and from the community as a whole. And so coming together on a Saturday to hang around at a football field has been a really important, yet really simple thing for these families. The football club has benefited, and they take great pride in being sort of a pioneer in community inclusion. But the greatest outcome for me was a very simple comment made at the end of a Saturday session by a dad. He said to me that the best thing about Football for All was that it gave him an opportunity on a Saturday morning to be a regular dad. He went on to tell me that Monday to Friday he was the father of a kid with autism, and he spent his weeks, his days, focused on getting his kid from speech therapy to OT, from ABA therapy to special tutoring. At home, they worked on things like eye contact. They worked on language. They managed meltdowns. And he worried constantly about the long-term independence of his son. But on Saturday mornings, because of our program, he was just a dad taking his kid to the pitch. And so my call for you this morning is not that you reroute your careers or that you change the course of your business or even that you become an autism advocate. What we can do together is something much simpler, but something far, far more important. You see, we did it with football, but it could easily be a dance class, a swim club. It could be a tennis lesson or a yoga class. It could be your business. It could be your restaurant or your coffee shop, your dental practice. We need to work together as a community to make sure that we are creating a place for everyone. And if we are committed to doing that, then together we can take something so simple, something we called Football for All, and we can turn it into something amazing, Community for All. Thank you. I want to introduce you to somebody very important, Calum. Come take your bow, buddy. Come on. The stage is yours. Take your bow.